Hey guys, it's Will. So I am so shocked because as of the recording of this video, there are over 1,500 YouTube channels that have at least 1 million subscribers. And what's most astounding to me is that there's about 50 channels who, in the next day or the next 1 or 2 days, they will pass into 1 million subscribers at the rate that they are growing and how many subscribers they have now. And it's almost like 1 million subscribers is not a big thing anymore. Back only a few years ago on YouTube, like 100,000 subscribers was like a big deal. 1 million subscribers, like you were at the top. And now like people are passing in left and right every single day, and it just blows your mind. It may deflate your bubble a little bit knowing that it's not as big a deal, but I like to look at it as an inspiration because now more than ever, and I think the wheels on YouTube are still just oiling along and going faster and faster. It shows you that you can achieve things, that you can achieve this, that all these people are moving faster and faster towards this mark, and more people are starting this. And the next person, some of these people, they have started from scratch, and arguably, they're one of hundreds of thousands who start from scratch. But literally, I've seen channels start from scratch 2 years ago, and they've gone from 0 to 7 million subscribers. Cough, cough, Jacksepticeye. But again, I don't want to, mislead you. These people are like the exceptions, the, rare gems, the diamonds in the roughs, the people who hustle really hard. Jacksepticeye, he worked really hard. He devoted his life to YouTube. He made a video every single day, which was just crazy. But this guy like put in work on his videos. The point is, rather than being bitter about it or being deflated, get inspired by it because it just shows you that, first off, YouTube is just taking off. So many people, I've been hearing all these things from, social media experts. Facebook's the next new thing. Twitter and Periscope and Vine and, whatever else. Instagram video is taking off and Facebook video is the next big competitor. And, I personally think they don't understand YouTube. I mean, I could be wrong. I could definitely be completely wrong, but I don't think that they understand YouTube culture. Facebook and YouTube, unless Facebook or Amazon, and I think those are the truly the only two big players, potential players, unless, Twitter really steps up and devotes a lot of cash to this. But unless they step up soon, like YouTube will be so far ahead of everyone. Like there is no number two to what YouTube does. People don't understand that Facebook video is different from YouTube video. YouTube is a large, complex search engine with a complex search ranking algorithm that they are tweaking every single day to make better and better, just like Google.com is doing. And they're owned by the same entity, they're part of the same entity, which is why they're so good at it. But Facebook, they have no search component. So if you look at the statistics, Facebook, yeah, on the initial day of release, they're getting more views, more shareability, and a bunch of stuff than YouTube. And I don't think Facebook video is like not a competitor. I do think Facebook video has its own place. And because of its built-in infrastructure already and its shareability functions and the network of billions of people, it has built-in functions to allow videos to share and go viral much more rapidly than YouTube will. And so it has that edge. But what happens next, the decisions that occur next will really determine, where things go. And, I'm starting to ramble here. The point is, I encourage you to be inspired by YouTube, to be encouraged by YouTube. And rather than look at this, whole thing of, so many people getting to millions of subscribers, a year ago it was only 1,000 people in the million subscriber club. Now it's 1,500, and then, in a few months it'll be 2,000 and then 3,000. And it's kind of sad because, 3 or 4 years ago, you were a big deal if you had 100,000 subscribers. Like you were at the top of YouTube, and everyone knew your name in terms of the YouTube space, and you were like a star. Now, not even a thing. But let this inspire you, because now you can grow because of how YouTube works. You have the potential, and things are allowing you to share because more and more people are coming onto YouTube. You now have the potential to reach and become 10 times of a star compared to these past YouTube stars. Again, don't do it for the fame or any of that, for a lot of reasons, because if you're not passionate enough about it, if you don't enjoy it enough, you're not going to persevere. And then also, like, don't do things for the money or fame, because that's not going to make you happy anyways. And I have books and science and videos I've done talking about that. But yeah, back to the big point. As far as people are concerned about social media and investing in these in the stock of these companies and the business of these things, I don't want to say too much, but I do think that YouTube it's a force to be reckoned with, and it's because of its search. And Facebook, if they should get started. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they haven't thought of this ahead of time, despite a lot of these experts saying something else. But yeah, I would say a lot of these people on Facebook, and I heard Amazon may be getting into the game. I don't know. They've already bought Twitch, which is a live streaming service. But if they want to get into the video search and database game, like, they should, because YouTube, I think, has such a stronghold now, and they're just furthering their competitive advantage as far as that goes. And I mean, the problem with Facebook is after it gets blasted out, that's it. People aren't going to find your video. And I don't know if this is true, but I heard up to 60% of the 4 to 5 billion views per day on YouTube come from search. And therefore, in the long tail, statistics have shown in the long tail over the next few years, YouTube wins out. Although Facebook may initially, short term, with the shareability, which is very important, they're missing that long-term search capability. When people search how to tie a tie or Taylor Swift videos, Facebook has no search right now. So I do think, both have things that they can improve on. YouTube with, somehow getting to that infrastructure that Facebook has with its rapid shareability, and YouTube and Facebook as far as its, search function, if they want to compete. And so, I mean, exciting times. Let me know what you think. Do you think that YouTube or Facebook will be like MySpace and disappear in a couple years? Or do you think they will stick around? Do you think anything new will emerge? I have my own opinions, but they could be dead wrong. I mean, who am I? Just this kid. So let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video. As always, like and subscribe. And I'm sorry if I rambled. The point of this video is to be inspired. And, I'm looking at the list right now. Like, it's behind this camera. I'm on vidstatsx.com, and I'm literally seeing all these channels, and I'm reading them to you now, because by the time you watch this video, I guarantee you they will have passed the 1 million mark. And it just shows how fast people are moving into that. More and more people. It's just like the amount of millionaires and billionaires in the world. Those numbers are growing rapidly, like every 15 seconds, and that time space is shortening. Every 15 seconds, a new millionaire is created in the world. There's millions of millionaires in existence right now, and thousands of billionaires. And that's never happened before in history. There's more and more prosperity, which is a great thing. Let me just read you a few of these. Aviator Gaming, Chugga Conry, Geo Arabic, Google Chrome. Okay, that's not really a channel. Jukin Video, The New Boston, Marisol Pink, Warner Music Italy, Secrets Des Chicas VIP, Eminem Music, Fluffy Jet Productions, Mr. Poladawful, Gummy Bear Intel. The point of this is, like, literally, do you even know who these channels are? Like, I've watched so many different channels and I don't even know who these channels are. So it just illustrates the amazingness of YouTube. And hopefully that inspires you. As always, keep smiling. And remember, it's not about the number of subscribers you have. It's about how deeply you impact them. Don't do it for numbers. Those are just, don't get so caught up in the numbers. If you get so virtual to the point where you just see them as numbers rather than actual people you've impacted, that can be a problem. If it's also something like you just, do it for the numbers or fame or money, which, you may be surprised. I've heard a lot from a lot of people that's not as much as you think oftentimes, unless you're really good with it and you figure out some way of, or it depends on your niche and a lot of other factors. But you can burn out if you're doing it for the wrong reasons. I'll see you guys later. Peace.